All right, guys, it's Nate here with Wanda. Um,
I know that's what makes it hard.
it's fine. So there's a mic in there, so you're fine, and I'm talking into here, so we'll be fine audio wise.
Perfect.
So for the most part, what would be the most important thing you feel someone should know when introducing yourself to anybody in the anywhere car
When
industry or anywhere?
Absolutely. Well, hi everyone. I'm Wanda. I am New York Taylor's president. My main goal is always the races. I love the car shows, but I've always been into racing. My husband has been racing for 25 plus years, and I love drag racing. I love bringing the car community together, which is drag racing or car show, just to make it happen and have such a good time in this industry. That's all that matters.
Okay. So now, where did your love for racing begin?
My love for racing began in Jauca, Santa Isabel, Puerto Rico. My uncles had a muffler shop right behind my grandmother's house, and we built from there. I was not born at the time, but just seeing pictures and videos and just seeing the energy from my uncles, Tio Heavy and Tio Cuba, and them having their old school cars in the community brought a lot of love and a lot of attention. So I always carried that. My family was always in the farm with my grandma, and I was always in the muffler shop with my uncles.
Okay.
So that's where it all started.
What would be your fondest memory growing up and being around racing?
My fondest memory would be meeting my husband. When I met my husband in 2007, we collaborated and met, and we just zinked. And then from there, I supported him all these years with his racing, and I allowed him to grow. And once he grew his passion, then I grew mine. And it's just been a supportive team. And that's what's held us together for 17 years.
Okay. What would you say is the hardest part when it comes to racing?
When it's the hardest part to racing is financial.
Mm-hmm.
It's always going to be financial. It's always going to be, okay, are we going racing this weekend or are we paying bills? But bills always come first.
Gotcha.
That is the number one thing, always supporting the family, making sure the family is correct. So for 17 years, he has been racing, and I've been supporting him 100%. This year, he took a little bit of a break, but we're ready for World Cup of 2025. He's in there, and I am so excited. Like I said, he's been supporting me for as much as I've been supporting him. So it's great to feel that he is going to World Cup after taking a year break, and he's supported me during his break. That's
Gotcha.
important.
So now, what advice would you give anyone who would be interested in getting into racing?
Any advice to anyone who wants to race is patience. You have to learn how to crawl before you walk, and you have to learn how to walk before you run. It's a process. It's not easy. It takes time, but be patient, and it will all collaborate together, and it will all work out at the end. It's very, very rewarding, and I'm very proud of my team.
Okay. So now, for the most part, as someone who's accomplished as much as you have in the car community, what advice would you give anyone who's interested in getting into cars, who's might be looking to mod their cars or just starting out? What advice would you give someone who's just starting out?
Do what you want, not what others expect. Do what you want, not for others' expectations. I've built a pilot for my vision. That's why it's called WandaVision. It's not anybody else's vision, is mine, and I'm not done. There's a lot more to come. So when you're ready, just do what you want, and you're gonna accomplish, and you're gonna make a statement for you, not anyone else.
Now, what would you say to someone who the car community is a place that's very lacking of positivity at times. What would you say to someone who has a hard time finding that positivity to keep them motivated and keep them going? I'm sure, as you've seen, there have been a lot of people who may have setbacks, and a lot of times people leave the scene because of the setbacks. You know, some people are simply stubborn enough to stay and keep going, but there are a lot of people who kind of lack that motivation at times. What advice could you give them to keep going if it's something that they truly love and might be lacking that motivation?
Finding the people who support you. Find those people that support you from day one and keep your image going. That's what's most important, honey. From the heart.
Gotcha. So now what's next for your pilot?
Interior. Interior wise, I do want to get the seats done eventually. I do want to get all my doors done, and an extra surprise for 2026 that I don't want to say because it's going to be nice. So keep watching Wanda because there's always some WandaVision ready to explode.
All right. Now, what's your fondest memory of what you've accomplished in the pilot that you've built?
My fondest memory is it used to be black. And it's not a wrap. It was paint by Corey. My husband, Chovio Motor Up, absolutely, you know, he approved everything. He didn't want to wrap. He was like, no, we're painting it. I told him what color I wanted it. And it's all around painted. It's not a wrap. Like, I mean, even if you look at the gas cap, it's painted. Everything is painted. The hood is painted. Everything from underneath is painted. It's not a wrap, with all due respect. So my best mod is my paint job. So thank you, Paint by Corey.
Gotcha. So now, as being someone who's from the 845 and has been in the scene a while, what advice could you give to anyone in the scene in how to improve it for the better?
Once again, it's just believe in yourself and create your vision. Get advice from others, because everybody always has great advice. What I wanted to create for my trunk was not what Inspire Auto did, but it was better than my vision. So it's okay to accept advice from others, but tweak it to your vision and it's going to come out amazing.
Okay. Now, lastly, of everything that you've accomplished, you have a ton of trophies in the trunk and you have a ton of trophies at home. What trophy is the trophy that stands out the most for you?
Bear Mountain Nationals. So far, I won 2 years in a row. I won last year and I won this year. So 2024 and 2025. Mm-hmm. I've been going to Burnout Nationals since I was 16 years old. And always imagined to build a car, to be up on the mountain and qualify. Like, it's amazing. 2024, I won Best of Show, top 25 Best of Show. Again, 2025, I won Best of Show, and Bear Mountain Nationals is amazing. It's an amazing show. Everybody comes out from new school to old school, and I grew up in the old school, so being an old school soul and bringing the new school generation's attention is rewarding. It's really rewarding.
Now, the last question I have for you. As someone who's as experienced in building a car, what tips can you give someone who has done modifications to their car, who may have, has a clean build, but may not be able to get over that hump to where they're able to get a trophy? Like, they've, done certain things where the vehicle may stand out, but they're just not at that pinnacle where their car is being noticed. Because a lot of people, when it comes to events and trophies and things of that nature, it's a very delicate space. There's a fine line between situations where someone can win and someone doesn't win. How do you manage that, and what advice can you give someone to be able to attempt to, take home some hardware?
I've been in a lot of shows that I have not won. Major shows that I have not gotten a trophy. And I went home okay with that. Just because I took a lot of notes. So my advice to anyone who's building or might get a offense or might feel a certain way for not getting judged the right way, tweak it and just make it better. Make it better for the next show, make it better for the next event, and just come out stronger. Don't take it as offense. What they see might not be what you see, but then next year you take what they give you as an advice and just come back stronger. Don't give up.
Perfect. All right, Wanda. Well, thank you for sitting with us, and we wish you all the best with your future endeavors.
Thank you, Sokudo Empire. Love you guys.
Bless the Valley.